Hey, beautiful people. Here we are again, crazy Kenyans. Yes. And today we are privileged to have a guest. And before that, how have you been today? It's been awesome. Has it been an awesome week? Despite the challenges we've gone through this week, welcome to our Thursday broadcast. And this is Crazy Kenyan, where we discuss matters youth, and anything that we do it for youth. Youth ni kujengana. So, welcome to our today's show. This is Crazy Kenyan Page, and today we are discussing on the impact of online exposés. Are you a victim? Is your neighbor a victim? Is someone you know a victim? So, we welcome you to this segment today, and today we are having Pascal Norbert. Who is Pascal Norbert? Pascal Norbert is a multimedia content producer, an online content producer, an avid writer, a journalist, a linguist, a social media coordinator. I know he's a Top Story Africa finalist. Yes, and he's doing an amazing job. And today, ladies and gentlemen, let's join hands as we welcome Pascal Norbert to help us discuss this matter, online expose, the impact. So welcome, Pascal, and feel free to share with us. Tell the viewer or the listener, wherever you are, welcome, and tell us more about yourself before we start. Who is Pascal Norbert?
Thank you, Cleophas, for hosting me today on Crazy Kenyans. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very glad. You said so much about me until I was flattered. Somebody was actually telling me today that the things you are doing or whatever is happening right now is even longer than your than the course you studied for. I have a background in linguistics and communication and media studies, and yes, I'm a finalist in Top Story Africa, an investigative journalism competition that airs on a local TV channel in Kenya, Nation Media, Nation TV. So I'm really happy to be here to share in the nuance about online exposés. Are you a victim, and what you need to do in order to actually be free of this vice. I call it a vice because it has more negative impacts as compared to the positivities that it actually brings.
Okay, thank you very much, Pascal Norbert, for that wonderful introduction. And now you are an investigative journalist, and today we are talking matters online exposés.
Yes.
How can you relate the two? Can you marry the two? These two
Yeah.
things, like zinaendana ama ni nini? This person doing an online expose or any kind of expose. Is any kind of expose an investigative piece?
Journalism is people are doing things differently these days. We've seen people talking about citizen journalism where we get news from people. It's not actually you're sending the journalist outside to go and get the news and bring it on. People are these days looking for different ways to sell out their stories, and now we're having online exposes. It's not something that is right. It has, but people need to. There's, I don't know how they call it. People want fame. People want followers. People want money. Yes, you can marry the same, but it is not. I cannot crown it per se and say it is investigative journalism. It isn't, because these people, they actually don't go.
Pascal, you're mute. Hello? Yes, Pascal, we lost you.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a hitch. So I was saying you can't take this one as an investigative journalism, because when you're doing investigative journalism, you need to have your content right. You need to have your you need to actually get out of your comfort zone. People who do online exposes are like sitting from a vantage point like me right now, who is in the house. They're waiting for people to actually bring them something. They don't have time for verification. They tend to say that they want to give people a right of reply, but they give people a right of reply after they've already actually done so much harm to such like stuff. So for me, I wouldn't say that it is. It is a shady way of doing journalism. That is what I'll say.
And that's clearly an indication that there is no professionalism in whatever
Yes.
thing they're doing. And if you're outside there and you're doing this, kindly join Pascal in their big story, or what's the real name
The,
of the
the, the,
investigative
the, it is top story.
Top Story Africa,
Yes.
airing on daily on NTV every Monday at 7:30. And we are glad to have one of them as our guest today to shed more light on the media ethics, because these are things that we really don't know. And now when we talk about online exposés, this comes to that point whereby you are talking to a group of people that are imaginary because you can't see them, and as a result you end up going overboard there. And also
True.
some have suggested that their homes are breaking and other things are still happening. So on Pascal, how do you manage your social media content to ensure that even if you are exposed, it's not a bad expose? Is there a bad expose and a good expose? Will we journalists ever
Um,
do an investigative piece that is encouraging, that we can say is not showing something wrong in a society, or investigating hidden truth somewhere?
we find it really hard because for an investigative piece to go on air, there has to be an ill in the society. It has to actually, you want to expose something that is negative happening in the society, and at least attract some positivity towards it by you allowing the public to see whatever is happening. But now on this other side, where people are saying that it is breaking their families and everything else, um, social media has actually reduced our how can I call it? It said in-person communication. So you find like there are imaginary people who are coming up with stories, I might say, that are good or that are right or wrong. They are not verified, but they are also placed there. So, and these people have the power to actually put it outside there on Instagram, on Facebook, perhaps on Twitter, because there's a way. These all these three social media sites, which are the major ones, are owned by a particular company, only one company. So you find like most they can share data. So you can find these things across board. But I love to talk about the benefits is when I come to the negative impact of these online exposes. It always starts from the need of a human being. We are social. Some of us we want to connect with other people. Social media allows you to do that. For instance, Cleophas, you are in another part of the country, in another part of the country. We cannot meet physically, but social media allows us. We are actually also having this forum over social media, but people feel the need to connect with other people, and social media does that. People also want to feel accepted in terms of belonging, and social media gives you that leeway. People also want to express their creativity online, and you find like there's a lot of content people are creating, and that's why I'm so passionate about, because you see so many things are happening. People are posting their videos on YouTube. It allows you to express your creativity in a way that in the recent past it wouldn't be possible. It also allows you to be entertained. I was looking at some videos yesterday on TikTok, and I was really feeling nice. Sometimes you are just coming home, you feel tired after a long day, and you just need to laugh. It's already
Yes, yes,
content. Yes,
yeah.
it's already content, so you feel entertained. But the bigger picture is social media is actually taking us away from the real world we used to meet, and that is what I called before as in-person communication. Because these days so many things are changing. So social media is taking that big scoop of everything that is changing. So on the negative sides of the online exposes, it has to do with one, mental health. And when you talk about it can affect somebody's physical and mental health. It can also affect somebody's way of feeling about themselves. For example, I don't know if I'm allowed to use these words, but I'll try to really censor my words to the maximum level that I can. You find
Please
like
do.
some of these, yes, some of these exposés, they tend to actually relate around things to do with relationships, things to do with a bit of nudity, actually, and most likely they tend to target those people who have a higher standing in the society. Quote by quote, people call them celebrities, but you are a celebrity wherever you are. So
You are one. Yes, you are one.
yeah, it depends. So some people, we cannot control people's lives and people's desires. That's why whatever you do behind the screens, whatever you do when then when dark falls in, whatever you do when dawn dawns in, we don't know. But there's somebody outside there, and it sells. The problem with it is that it sells, and when it sells, then people want to get attracted to it. People are looking for shady stories. Some people are bored wherever they are. Nobody is going to actually sit back and say, okay, this is the content that you've been given. This person has said, oh, Pascal, no, but was found doing this and this. Nobody goes a step back and tries to verify whatever the information they have. They carry it along, and I think that's where it's bringing problems. Like now, for the ones who are saying, I'm allowed to say this because it is in the public space. Those people that have been exposed so far, some of those people, most people talk about Jalango. And I also saw another one on his partner, the former partner at Radio Milele. So they
Milele.
were, yes, Milele FM, Itambai, Itambai. So such an issue came up, and you find like these people are family men, and basically we don't even know their spouses. We know them, but we've not put a face to them. So obviously, when such like things come in, they strain the relationship that these people have, and the problem comes in that they were never given the right of reply. So when this thing is already out, like right now, I can talk ill of Cleophas even without Cleophas knowing, and the content is already out. And in the age of new media, information moves very fast. So even when you want to come and do damage control and say that, oh, I didn't do this, this is already happening, your image is already tainted, your reputation is already tainted. So such like things, they really destroy people. And it really needs people to be emotionally prepared in the level of let's say, if you're a celebrity or you are an individual person, because anybody's reputation can be destroyed. Whatever you post on social media, you're leaving a digital footprint. Whatever you do, it is there. And let's not give ourselves an excuse that we are born in the new media age. It is really nonsensical to say that. I'll call that, because the things that are happening outside here, these exposes that are being given, they're done by people you think you trust, people you think you call friends, people you can actually associate with at a closer level. And there really needs to be a way in which you guard the information around you, and how you go about your lives. Even the person who can give the content about the exposes can be your spouse, or the person you call your girlfriend, the person you call your boyfriend, your fiance, and such like things. So it is a crazy world that we are living in right now, and people really need to understand what how to go about everything online and on social media. I believe we'll be covering that later.
True. So, Pascal,
Yes.
if it's just a concern, maybe a viewer who is tuned in now would really want to know what moves such people.
Um.
Is it money?
So
Is it quest for fame? Or what idea do you have about what moves or propels these people to make such kind of decisions to break homes?
um this one is a crazy one because I'll say that there are different things. Sometimes it can be. I'll start from the the lower side. It can
Hmm.
be about revenge. It can also be about fame. You want to be known. We've seen people doing crazy stuff for fame.
Yeah.
And it can also be about attracting huge following, feeling accepted. It can also be a way in which somebody is venting out what they don't have. So such like areas, it can feel like jealousy playing supreme, and you want people to know that something is happening, or you just want to paint somebody in bad light, and such like issues are really driving force. When you have something that you feel like you lack in yourself, and somebody is doing better somewhere, and you feel like there's a way you can bring that down. Such like situations inform them, and sometimes you also want to create a household name. For instance, if you go to Instagram and everything else, in Africa we don't have social media influencers per se who are really into, let's say, they are musician or artists. They are people who are doing positive things, like negativity sells. That's why you'll say, you'll hear anybody saying that whatever content you put out there in terms of bringing, I don't know, one of the MPs in Kenya says that if you say anything positive about him or negative about him, we're just doing anything good. So such like
Yes.
issues, yes, when they come into play, um it bring a lot of issues. But just the bedrock of this issue is that negativity sells, and that's
Aha.
what people want to put there.
Amazing, amazing. So on the other side,
On the other side, in terms of,
I don't know if I'm still audible.
yes, you are.
Yes. So Pascal, if you can just get from the other side of the studio, upande wa pili wa studio, kama unaweza pata the viewer, we are having a discussion tonight, and the discussion is on the impact of online exposés to our society. You have a brother, you have a sister, dadako yuko mahali. We accept in life everyone is not perfect, but you who is doing these online exposés, is it bringing money to you? Remember some of the occasions that we've had in Kenya recently. These people have used these platforms to make money and such stuff. So we want to go right onto the comment section, and that's where we are going to have our pinned our pinned link to the discussion we are having. Kindly, if you're there, send in your contribution. Is this something that is really helping our society? Are we living in a society whereby we should really concentrate on doing more good things than concentrate on the negatives? Are we Kenyans so much idle that we dwell so much in someone's private life? Yes, we get the comments. Chief Sam, you're live. Thank you very much for joining us, bro. And we really hope you'll give us your comments on this. And
So maybe I can add on this when because when those things are still happening.
And I'm back. So thank you very much. Yeah, these technical glitches. Ghafla bin vu laptop inazima na but that's life. So what we are talking about now is about on the comment section. Sorry for that technical glitch, but there we are. A Facebook user saying, "Ako locked mbaya sana." Yes, and we really hope we get that running. Yes, Pascal, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I was hearing what you were saying. Then I was reliving my days back at the at radio
Yeah,
when you're giving shout outs.
yeah. I
To
was
your
giving shout out to Chief Sam. I just saw Chief Sam around. Kindly take us through the remaining comments. And there we have Brian. Brian Ansema, absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for joining. And we are continuing with the topic. For those who are joining us now, we are on a discussion. And this topic today is something that we've really done, has been there for us as Kenyans. We've come face to face with these kind of situations in our society and in anything that we do daily. Don Jaka is tuned. Thank you very much. Another user is saying, I got locked. Thank you very much for the feedback. And now on Pascal, if you can take it a little bit further,
okay.
we talk
Um.
about on the social media space. You tend to get, we as youth, we are somehow reckless on how we use our social media platforms, especially the DM section. How
Wow.
can you advise a fellow youth who is tuned in now? Wako DM yao iko tu open. Wanasemanga wale wengine wanasema DM yao imetoboka. Yeah,
Mhm.
anything that comes in it will go out as it comes.
Now we live in a very very funny world, and sometimes when I sit back doing reports, because you have to give reports in terms of feedback and everything. And sometimes
Yes.
people send very weird stories, and social media, you can't stop anyone from doing whatever they want. But before I go deep into it, I just say that sometimes, please, if you're a social media user, take care of things that they call settings, privacy settings, and such like stuff. It helps you filter whatever information comes to your platform. It also enables you to actually put like a boundary um, with people. People should know what comes in and what does not come in. So why social media people who have the DMs, wamesema DMs zao zimetoboka and everything else. We really need to take care of whatever we post. Be it, you might be thinking that you're DMing someone about the things you're writing. It can be explicit content. It can just be a phrase. It can be a picture. But the truth is, internet never forgets. This is something that we also need to really talk about. Internet never forgets. Whatever you post there, it actually falls like your online profile. Somebody will go online and try to look whatever is happening, and they'll just find like a whole bunch of stories that you posted. And before you DM someone about the things that you want to do, think twice. Who are you going to DM? Do you know them? Unawajua ni nani unatumia hizi vitu? How are they going to use that information that you are sending to them? That's very important. Also, in terms of your identity, in most cases, if you are DMing someone with a sensitive issue, try as much as possible to hide your identity. Let it be anonymous. It's not something that I think most social media platforms still do not have, but try to be anonymous. Things like putting out your phone numbers left and right. Do somebody tells you on Facebook, nitumie namba yako, wewe uko chap chap there on the comment box ushatuma. you are actually putting yourself at risk, because anybody will just come up and take it and go on. And because in the crazy times that we are in right now, people are so mad about followers. You want like 14,000 people, 300,000 people. Yes, it gives you an edge over other people. It also gives you a market base. But who are you accepting into your fold? Ask yourself, like, not everybody that will come and knock in your house every other time you'll allow them in. Eh? You'll have to know. Sometimes when we were young, we used to peep through the window kuangalia ni nani anapiga hodi kwa mlango, unaona, ndio confirm ni nani. Eh? Kama utafungua mlango ndio aingie na vitu kama hizo. That's the same thing that ought to happen on social media. Before you accept someone, it gives go back, unaona, amekutumia friend request, just press uangalie ni nini, who is he or who is she, do you know them, can you relate and such like stuff, unaona. It's just the same analogy, enda tu angalie tu kwa dirisha, who is this person. Just don't accept everybody into your platform, because some people might be having fake accounts and they post themselves as really important people in the society, or people who can help you, but they have fake accounts. Of late, you've been hearing about stories about the lady who traveled from, I don't know, Migori to Mbale. This is just one of the stories among in the pool of many other negative stories that are happening in terms of identity. Somebody tells you like ni kama, I don't know how we used to say it in the university. Upate sijui, I don't know, people are complaining about so many things that whatever you order for is not what you get. And sometimes that's how social media works. So when you're just putting out your DMs left and right, posting your personal stuff online, you're actually giving people a room for what we call cyber theft. You're giving people cyber theft and bullying, because people will take your content and just put it out there. And social media provides a very good platform for cyber theft and bullying. And this bullying actually increases the chances of identity theft. So we really need to take care of that. On the other hand, I think when you're doing all these things on your social media spaces, it actually spreads also wrong information. And this is what we started with in terms of the online exposes. Because when you're giving a lot of information outside through these things that you think are secure, they're actually aiming at taking other people's names or organizations. It is really wrong. And we really need to take care of whatever you post and everything else. Recently, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. She comes from a background that you may think she understands whatever happens around her, and she posts so many content about herself. She dances very seductively, and she likes exposing a lot of her skin, and she's still very young, in terms of around 18 to 20 years, because of the need to belong, because of the need to be accepted, because people feel like when you are famous, you are actually affected. You're actually, as in, you're actually accepted, and you want to belong. So it makes you go to the extreme, because people love that content. People love content that if you have your good, just like areas that you want to post in out there, people will look at it, and then you don't think about 10 years from now what's going to happen. You don't think
Okay.
about 5 years from now what's going to happen, and such like things.
Yes, Pascal. And now if we can try to move back to the real thing, when having these online exposés, there's that thing called right of reply. These people usually don't give you that time to respond. Do you think, I know it's not good journalism, the online expose thing, but in a normal situation, when you want to correct a wrong in a society, right?
Yeah.
If you're in that situation, can you advise these people to get the actual right of reply from the person they are investigating? Because in cap 36, yes, now let's go that direction. In Cap 36, Section 7A, right of reply. Yeah, in the Kenyan law, it states any person or body of persons shall be entitled to right of reply to any factual inaccuracy. Huh? Umeona hapo? Any factual inaccuracy affecting them
Yes.
which has been published in a newspaper or in any, and which is damaging to the character, reputation, or good standing of that person or body of the persons. So, going with only that, the first paragraph, can we say that these individuals who are not practicing journalism can also go an extra mile? Because publishing has moved from that point of being on newspaper alone. We are now having the new media. And in the new media, we are given that platform to publish our stories. Right now, whatever thing we are doing here, this is a story on its own. It's been published on this page of Crazy Kenyans. And now it's upon us to take good care of it. Because if you are a guest now and you go that extra mile, not to or suggest that someone who is not in this live platform is also, you're trying to defame that person or destroying the reputation of that person. Can you give that person also a right of reply in the same? Or should you just go ahead and expose and let this person react, whether this person responds or not? That's their own problem. How should we go about this? Should they be given a chance?
I start by saying that I don't know, from quoting from the Bible, um, my people suffer because of lack of knowledge.
True.
Yes, and sometimes this is why you are told education is really important, because sometimes you might be doing whatever you're doing, exposing people out, and then giving a small part at the, I tried reaching out to. Yeah, people try to love using that word. I tried reaching out to Clayforce, and he didn't call back and such like stuff. I believe in the Kenyan law about, I don't know if it is under the penal code. There are things to do with libel. There are things to do with
Defamation,
yes, defamation, and there are actually three, and they are very categorized really well. And people
slander,
don't actually, yes, slander, defamation, and libel,
and
because I
libel.
think, yes, these things they fall around that. And you find like many people, even media companies, have paid millions, if not billions, to particular individuals for actually putting this online. Sometimes when you feel like these people are actually exposing people and they sit back feeling that everything is fine, when you're being told you're being called by the police, you're being called by the criminal investigation department, sometimes it's really, really, really an issue, and you can even go to jail for it. So for us who have a bit of background in journalism, we have ethical ways of doing things. And when you are your right of reply, actually it should go to an end that you really, really, really tried to get the voice of this person in whatever you posted. But whatever is happening these days, people call it yellow journalism, tabloid, eh? Ni vitu
Yes.
zinataka kuja mbio mbio na ziende, mbio mbio na ziende.
Ziende ni kama upepo wa kusi.
Yeah, and there is one. Nobody wants to pay attention to it. But one day,
True.
somebody will be used as an example, and it's going to come. Because when you're talking that you have freedom of freedom of association, freedom of speech, in within these freedoms, there is also an extent in which you can exercise your freedom. And sometimes it can also go into actually you people going, I don't know, how is it called? Invading somebody's privacy.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I'd also love to say that if you are in a position of grand standing in the society, pay attention to whatever you do. Walk the talk. I know it is hard, but walk the talk, because there can be some little bit slip ups when you're doing things because you feel like you have some power around you. But these things affect not only you, but even those people are close to you. For example, let's say I was married and I had children, and let's say something comes out and they say that, oh, Pascal is going out with with children, let me say underage. Let's take for example the story of Epstein. If he had a family, he had a wife and he had children, and then things just pop up, and then you find like, hey, Hapa, your father was a drug trafficker, your father was using ladies and everything else. It actually affects your children and the people around you. People who have associated themselves with you and they actually don't know anything about your side businesses. So
True.
when it comes down to everything else, this information does not just affect an individual person. It affects those people who are associated with them and those people who are around them. Some people can also be depending on them, and it takes time to build a reputation, and it also takes a very little time to actually destroy that reputation. So before you, those people who are doing these online exposes and everything, before you go out with these issues, my request is have a tight lock on every information that you have. Because one day, if you slip up with whatever you're putting outside there, you'll pay for it dearly. And there'll be nobody. Because the same people who are supporting you right now, telling you, tell them, hey, he has done this, he has done this, he has done this, are the same people who will be actually praying for your blood on that particular day. So be very
True.
careful with whatever you do.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pascal. For the viewer who has just joined us, thank you very much. And today, being a Thursday, we're having our discussion. This is Crazy Kenyan page. And today's topic is impact of social impact of online expose in our society, our brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for joining. And now, if you can get some feedback from upande wa pili wa studio. If we get the comments, and by the way, you can be part of this conversation. There's a link. That's the link there. StreamYard. Thank you very much, Don, for sharing that. And it's the link for you to join the conversation today. And this is Kevin Amzil. You've always been here, bro. Thank you very much. For now, a month, you've been here with us. Thank you very much. He's saying, wow, thanks, guys, for this insightful discussion. Thank you very much, Kevin. And the next, there is Ritz Mwale. Ritz Mweles, anasema ako tuned. Thank you very much, bro, for being there. And we have Brayo. Brayo, absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for being part of this great discussion. And everyone who is tuned in our various pages, in Pascal Nobert's page and in the main group, and that's Crazy Kenya live show. Thank you very much for tuning. And also on my page at Cleophas Ulwatch, and that's where we are. Thank you very much. And you can follow Pascal Nobert in his page also to get to know what he's doing as a social media, as a social media coordinator, as an online and multimedia producer. By the way, if you didn't know, Pascal is the guy in charge of communication and also in social media coordination at the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, and of course that's Kenya. He's dining with big people, and here we are today talking more on what is really used to, and that's the tool that can either break or make us, and that's the tool of social media, the online space. How do we use them? And now to you, Pascal, if you can talk briefly on the impact, on the real impact that these exposés have had. We have the issue of reputation, breaking of homes, and many other stuff. If we can concentrate on them and say, how can these people come back and hit the ground running? Yeah? If whatever thing they're used to, they've been tainted, their reputation has gone down the drain. Do they have that right to come back and explain themselves, or they should just assume everything as it was put by the person who's doing the expose, or should they come out and defend themselves and show their stand? Yes, Pascal.
So there is something that is always said: silence is gold, and speech is silver. And sometimes it is it doesn't work for online spaces because people will need to hear your side of the story. When the issue gets out, people will need to hear your side of the story. And sometimes they don't even care about what you say, they just want to hear about it. Sometimes you just sit back and pray that it all goes away. But when now your family is destroyed, it will not be in the online space, it will not be in the public space. This is the heat that you are receiving as an individual from wherever you are sitting. In terms of reputation, people lose jobs, people lose sponsors, people lose investors. And it's a serious issue because the investor or the sponsor will not care much about whatever was happening. That's other side of your story. Where vitu zikishatokea mbaya ndio nataka kusema oh, hazikufanyika hivi, zilifanyika hivi. Hapana, they'll be caring about one, their image, and two,
Yes.
their money. And it is the same public that is actually outside here with all these stories and everything else. And the same people that this content is going to are the same people that the sponsor wants their products and services to go to. So they'll try as much as possible to distance themselves from you. For example, Saitu,
Yes.
acha niseme in my, if right now there's something negative to come out, I'll really have
Women are
very few
scandals.
friends. Yeah, mina scandals. It something negative, as in the people will flee away from me are going to be many, and the few that will actually want to try and ask me that Pascal, what really happened? There'll be nobody actually,
Yeah.
maybe one or two. But no, when these things are outside there, the effects are always felt as compared to the damaging process, as in repairing of the inapatanga ka vitu zisharibika zote. So in terms of it affects, we really need to know that it affects people. Families break, people lose jobs, people people lose, children suffer if, let's say, this person had people are depending on them. And even some people, if, let's say, I was an employer
Yes.
and I had people were depending on me, let's say 60 employees or 100 employees, and such like heat comes, let's say in terms of an organization, without something upcoming, let's say some way for you to protect yourself, and the situation forces you to go out of business, you've actually um, you've actually lost employees. People were depending on you in terms of bread. I don't know. This word
You're
will
the
not
breadwinner,
proper.
so they depend on you for
Yes,
bread.
yes, and also in terms of income, it goes away. So we really need to take care of that. And I don't know if I still have, like, give me 2 minutes to touch on something to do with young people. I don't know if you are going to come
Okay,
about young
please.
people's career. Um, there's something to do with why social media is actually hindering young people in terms of career. We like to enjoy our moments. We live by the moment. Leo umeenda bash, ukapati sijui wapi, umejibamba. Somebody was saying
Yes.
somewhere that sometimes when you go to a place, just try to enjoy the ambience that is there. You don't need to take a photo. You don't need to, just if you find like there's something nice, if you are drinking,
You give nature your time.
yes, please, if you love your bottle, just enjoy it. You don't need to tell everybody else. So, and if you with with goodies, yeah, I don't know the best way to say it so that it doesn't sound. If God actually did a wonderful work on you, don't show us what you have, because if
You also have
for
them.
now, because for you, if you're doing this, you feel like you want to flatter people, you're making Facebook pictures of yourself drunk, and let's say naked pictures, even private jokes, eh? And then the sex, the sex, the way you write, so yeah, when I see you, I don't know what happens, the jargon that are used, you are thinking that you're putting it out there. But as young people, we fail to recognize that whatever we post online actually happens. In my case, when we were getting to this job, they do what they call social media profiling. I don't know, somebody actually knows about you even before you're already there. They've actually built um, an
your
idea around you.
your profile before even
Yes,
they see the actual you.
yes. So nobody will go out and ask you and ask you and ask you, okay, umekuja hapo, let's say like Pascal, and then you say, I can produce for you content. I can manage the social media sites. But then whatever they see and who you are totally different. It goes out to the way you dress. Msee akikuja na matabaraka zote, and then msee mwingine akuja na suti, and then you are there. Hakuna msee atakuja kukuuliza mbona umevaa matambara, why are you dressing this way? Nobody will come and ask you such questions. Eh? So appearance matters, and people actually believe in what they see other than what they hear.
Yes,
And
we
this is
are
a very
visual
big,
beings.
yes, people really need to take care of these things. So your friends, peer, the people who are around you, you really need to take care, because the people who are going to fail you. I know for myself, there are some things that have been there, and the small situations and relationships that we've had, it has really been an issue, because somebody is asking you, hey, mbona ulishika hapa jana, nini kufanya? And then it starts from some small issues, but then it develops into something big in terms of career wise, because somebody will just look you up and they'll find somebody, perhaps we pengine ulibeba tu chupa ya pombe na ukunywangi, but you have like 10
Ulibeba
photos,
kutoka stage yani.
eh,
Eh,
you have like 10 photos of you every other day carrying a different brand of alcohol and everywhere else. Please drink at your own private level. Don't show us whatever is happening at your life. Keep off social media in terms of posting things to you, flattery tweets or flattery jokes or anything that you send to somebody in their DM and everything else. For the youth, it's a serious case, because you're not going to remain young forever. There are days you're going to get out, and these effects and these friends that are now happy with you right now, they'll never be there sometimes, because when you are up there and you're looking for these situations, actually itakuwa ni wewe na ni wewe peke yako. Those friends will never be there. So please take care of whatever happens around your social media life. Sometimes just take time to enjoy whatever is happening around you. It is for your safety, it is also for your well-being in terms of mental health and um, physical, yeah, physical well-being, because people tend to compare themselves, the young people, and sometimes it makes you question your body image. You see, for me and Cleophas, I see we have, like, I don't know, in quotes, tinted things. So if you want to go outside there and you want to compare yourself with the likes of I don't know who, it makes you start questioning your body image and such like stuff. These are some of the ills that are present in social media. So we really need to take care.
and that will make you lower your self-esteem, and
Self-esteem, yes.
so
It brings in about feelings of inadequacy, like I lack this, and it puts you to the extreme. That's why you see people like
yes, Pascal, you're muted. So it seems Pascal is frozen, and as soon as he'll correct the hitch and come back, this is Crazy Kenyan Show. We are 50 minutes past 8, and we are coming almost to the end of the show. So kindly, if you are tuned, tell us something about the online expose. You can check the link for you to join. The link you can use to join the conversation in our platform. Pascal, welcome back.
I don't know what was really happening because everything was just fine because I was seeing myself at the lower the lower screen. Yeah.
But you are
Maybe
frozen. So,
I I think
yes.
somebody has done an online expose about me.
Yes, you've exposed yourself today. We've exposed you.
Yes.
Yes, Karibu. So let's continue talking on matters youth. What precautions? You're off again, Pascal. Hello. Pascal, can you hear me? Yes, seemingly he'll be joining us shortly as we try to work out on the. We try working out. Yes, there's a viewer. There's a viewer who is on board and would like to join us. So if you can, we can have Mr. Ogigo. Ogigo, kindly share with us something small about these online exposés. How much have you been affected if you've been a victim, and what's the impact so far? And how can we as young people avoid the occasions of being exposed? Because we do so many things online. Karibu.
Okay, thank you. Personally, I don't use social media that much. Most of the time, I just go to view. I don't post because, as Pascal said, internet never forgets. So
True.
it's safe. It's safe just to be a viewer. But I think most of the people who go ahead to expose people, I think they're just looking for attention. That's my personal view. They're looking for attention, or maybe they want societal acceptance, or maybe nowadays many people want to be celebrities, so they're looking for a platform or a way in which they can be celebrities. So, but in some cases, I find it's sometimes not very good because the impact that they make to other people may not be that good. And what again can I say? Uh, the online exposes, most of the time, they are made, they are targeted. They target people. So somebody like me, I'm sure nobody will target me, even if my stuff is out there. It's so, but again, there's a time Pascal said, I can't remember the person who was referring to that. They say, uh, what is the word?
About being exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
Uh,
media personalities in Kenya, and you mentioned the names. And if they're exposed, yes.
Let me get this. If you expose someone with and the impact that the exposure will have on them may interfere with their social life. You see, so I think people should shy away from such activities. If you want fame, look for fame in some other way. If you're smart, go invent something. Huh? Go do something with your life that will put you on the map, not by destroying people's life. I think that's what I can say.
Thank you very much, Ogigo, for that. Yes, feedback, and we know even if you are not using the online platform, you can still be exposed. Remember, we use mobile devices, and these mobile devices, they are prone to attacks. Remember, yesterday there were attacks, there were hackers. Yeah? So
Hey.
that phone that you use, you are still not safe. And the expose we are talking about here, it's not only the online expose. We are talking of exposes that can be made even using your phone. Yeah, so it can be the text messages that you send. These people come and share them out. And if they don't have that real impact to solve us a problem in our society, Pascal says it ceases to be an investigative journalism. So if you're a journalist and you're exposing people right, left, and center, without providing the real societal solution to the problems that we're having, then that's not journalism. That's not professionalism. There is no ethics. You are not practicing what you are taught in that course of media laws and ethics. Pascal remembers that topic very well, being a journalist also. So Pascal, you are talking about the impact that these exposés have on youth, and how youth should really take care of their social media platforms. So far, we have 6 minutes, and dear viewers, this is the Crazy Kenyan discussion, and we know we really need time to check on your comments, whatever comment that are there. So thank you very much. That was a live view from Mr. Ogigo, who joined us live. And now we go to the comment section, if we can get them. Meanwhile, you can follow Pascal at Pascal Nobat, Pascal Adigolo in every platform. You'll get him. And also follow me on Clever Watch on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the same name, same profile pic, and everything. And so let's connect and let's engage as youth so that we can move pamoja. So on the comment section, you can join. And also there's a link pinned so that you can join the conversation and join the live link. I can see Grace Mwagi saying, wow, wish we all heed to this wisdom. Thank you very much, Grace. And there's also another viewer who said, yes, I'm here, Mr. COO. Thank you very much, Mili. Mili is watching us live from Rwanda, Kigali, Rwanda. Yes, so thank you very much. Yes, we are going international. Yes, and we also have Evans Washington. Evans Washington is watching us from Nairobi. I think he's come from Migori. He's back. He's back in town. So thank you very much, Washington, for tuning. Ulikuwa unasema wifi yako inasumbua na unasema uko ndani ya show and you are having fun taking part in this discussion. So do we have a live view? Thank you very much, Don, for joining us.
Yes.
Yes, we have 4 minutes to go, and now we would like to have your take on this topic of online exposés. What can we do as young people to ensure that we are safe from this? And if at all we are exposed, how can we approach this matter without having the mental problems? We are talking about mental health. What impact these kind of exposés can bring to us? So, Don?
Thank you so much, Mr. Cleophas, for letting me in. Actually, it was a nice show, and just to echo on what Pascal Norbert, Mr. Ugigo, and you have been sharing on. Actually, online exposés, to other people, it's like an advantage or it's like a job. But to the other party, it's like kitu imeenda yani mrama, yani things have gone bad, like vile mmesema chat box imeraruka ama sijui imefanya nini. So like for example, we can see this guy trending, Mr. Obare, has been exposing so much celebrities, and for him it has really gained on his side because amejulikana sana. He has so much followers, and in turn he gets paid. Okay, somehow meaning nadhania as in some people, okay, some celebrities
yes,
or bloggers or vloggers wanaitumia, others are using it actually to blackmail people, and others are actually using it to enlighten the society on what's happening. Like on the other side, we cannot judge him actually, or we can also decide to judge him. If we decide to judge him, okay, most who are touched with what he's doing in a bad way, wanasema, okay, he's just after followers and he's just after influence and stuff. But others are like, okay, this guy is bringing light to the society. And
okay,
yes.
Just to seek some clarification, the exposés of the likes of Edgar Obare,
yes,
are they really trying to solve an issue in a society, or they're trying to bring a reputation down? Pascal? Is it so? Is it damaging reputation or bringing a solution to our problems in the society?
in this case, because when people are not given a right of reply, and it does not even offer solution to whatever is happening, it makes no sense to me. But I'd agree that it takes both extremes in terms of actually damaging one's reputation and also enlightening the society on what people with a grandstanding in the society tend to do, in terms of taking advantage of those people who feel like, when somebody looks up to you like a mentor, or a mentee looks up to you as a mentor so that you can guide them through, and you're using dubious ways of actually destroying their life, quote by quote, in whatever they do, it actually puts in a wrong. So sometimes it's actually very positive when these people are actually exposed, if they're actually, whatever they're doing is actually wrong. But the issue also comes in terms of consent. So if you allow these things to happen to you as a person,
Yes.
it is an issue, because now these people cannot be held accountable for their acts. But we now talk about, it is about what is right. It's actually about morality in terms of what is right or wrong. Because if you're taking advantage of someone and this person sees you as somebody who is in a position maybe to help them, and you're not doing that, you are actually engaging them in very, very, very weird activities. It makes no sense. So in my case, it actually damages reputation, but in a way, it also positively exposes the ills that happens within the society. And I really
Okay.
hope that in the end, you offer
Yes.
solution. When you're doing these things, offer solution.
Yes. And now that brings us to that point of having to practice journalism. Of course, it must be a solution-based journalism. And those people are doing these exposes without really providing the solution to our society and our problems as one people. They're really not helping. And so, Don, I
Yes,
throw the
yes.
same question to you.
Actually, Mr. Pascal has just enlightened me. Actually, I never saw the point behind it, but now I can see. Actually, it's not bringing any good. Actually, because if at all he brings out the expose and then brings a solution, now that will be enlightening the society. But if at any point he does not do any of that, then it's not actually enlightening the society. It's actually demeaning that person. I mean, his publicity and just destroying his life actually in the society. So unless this type of a guy brings the expose and brings a solution to that, or a suggestion to a solution in that kind of manner, then we will say that he's actually helping the society. So just to finish on my point, I don't think online expose, we should actually embrace it so much, because if we are embracing online expose, then let it be like a ombudsman, a watchdog to the society, like how this like, take for example, back we had Muhammad Ali. So this guy was like using the media to bring out the bad deeds in the government and things we never knew they exist. Actually, that was enlightening the society. So if at all this enlightening expose, they are actually to help the society, let it be a solution to the society, in that they are bringing the evil doings which are happening, and people are not seeing it into light. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don. We'll treat that as the last comment from you, because we are 1 hour, 2 minutes, and we're now into the third minute or the fourth minute past 9 p.m. We are past our schedule. And now I'll get the last word from Pascal, who's been our guest today. And also, thank you very much, the viewer. We really appreciate you, all those people watching from all over the world. We have those who are watching from Rwanda, as I've said. We have those who are in Kenya. Grace Mwangi is in Kenya. If you have those people watching from Russia, Dennis Mwangi, thank you very much. And we also have Brenda, Mimi Bree watching from Siaya County. We also have Brenda Nafula watching from Bungoma. Thank you very much. And we also have Don joining us live from India. Thank you
Yes,
very
yes.
much. The whole world is under one roof. And now we take it to Pascal, right in the CBD, right in the capital city of Nairobi. Take us through your last feedback, then
Yes, so
we call it a day.
I want to apologize for the few technical issues first. And to my last remarks, they're just basic rules that we really need to keep to. One, please just use a strong password. Use a different password for each of every social media account that you use. Password protect your device. Be selective with the friend request, because if you don't know the password, don't accept their request. It can be a fake account. Also, click the links with caution. Sometimes when you are just clicking on everything that you see, it becomes really a problem. And then be careful about what you share, and that's like the basis of everything. Be careful about what you to share. And I think before we went online, we were also discussing about when you need to remember to log off when you are done, when you are
A
in
cyber.
a cyber cafe, or even you're
Yes.
just using your personal laptop. Please don't be too comfortable. Log off. And so basically, in terms of online expose, I'd love to say that let's really take care of whatever we do, whatever we post, and everything that comes that goes online. Because that friend of yours that you think that might be your friend is the same person who's gonna stab you in the back, because that's how it happens. And just to finish, I want to really thank our viewers from India. I don't know the best word to say for thank you. I only know about Namaste from Rwanda. And yes, I know they're doing like this, and they really hope you're keeping safe. And
Our COVID greetings.
yes, our COVID greetings. Please, we want to see you when everything is back to normal. And I also want to thank everybody that has tuned in to this forum, and also to thank Cleophas for giving me this chance to actually discuss in depth about issues that actually affect us as young people, but it cuts across, because one thing you need to know that those people who are going to employ you, they are not young. They come from a generation that is really different, and so many things that really happen that you think that is an in thing right now can
True.
actually really offend them. So we need to think from both extremes. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful forum, and I hope you keep doing the great job that you're doing.
Thank you very much, Pascal. What a way to end the show today. And thank you very much, the viewers, for being true to us from day one when we started till now. We don't take it for granted. The takeaway home from today's discussion, we all agree that online exposés are not done by those people practicing professionalism in journalism, but rather they are those people who are doing it for fun and for other reasons. And so, before you do one, take caution and try as much as possible not to break homes and not to taint reputations if you're not bringing solution to our society. If you want to bring solution to our society, dear viewer, kindly practice good investigative journalism and kindly bring us to the table whatever thing that will have impact in our society and bring the societal solution to all our problems. Thank you very much for tuning in the show today. It's been amazing. Till next week, have a lovely evening. And we wish all the Manchester United fans the very best as they face Crystal Palace in their away game in about 1 hour, in about an hour's time. It's been nice having you this evening. My name is Clever Solwat. Till next time. Bye bye.